Okay. All right. You see my screen now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. So this is your final exam. Sorry, midterm exam. Last, kailan ba? 2 weeks ago, di ba? Kasi wala tayong meeting last week because of Independence Day daw. Independence. All right. Sige. What we'll do now is to answer all of this and then up to preparations of FS. All right. Number 1. So I will just put here number 1. So I will put here. I think yung iba tama naman, no? Yung iba. Okay. Ito. Sige na nga, number 1 na lang nga to. Alright, what is the entry for number 1? So, debit, credit. Alright, number 1, what is the entry? Wait I align ko lang. Alright, number 1 is basically a cell owner established business when it acquired 75,000 from retirement benefit. What is the entry? So, you debit here, cash, and the cost here is at 75,000. And you credit here, Edsel, diba? So you have here Edsel, capital, very good. And you have here 75,000. Alright, so yun. So para mas madali, we will put here on the, what do you call that? We will put here in terms of the ledger. Alright. So this is cash. Alright, so you have your cash, debit and credit. How much? So you have here 75,000. Alright. Next is also your capital. Alright. So you have here capital. So Edsel capital, which is at 75,000. So delete this and you have this 75,000. Alright. Next. Next is number 2. Ano bang ginawa sa number 2? How about business license? So it is part of your expense, right? So number 2 is business licenses is part of your, again, it is part of your expenses. Business licenses amounting to 8,000. All right. Next is also, so since you paid it business licenses of 8,000, so you have cash, yeah? Because the word here is paid, paid in cash. All right. So you put here 8,000 and you have also here
You
and you
need be
have,
specific kasi licenses nung nilagay ko.
okay lang, no problem. If it is licenses, it's okay, okay? Or business licenses, no worries. And also you have here business licenses. So you have here business licenses. Business licenses. And the amount here is at 8,000. All right. All right. Next, number 3 is paid rent for office rent for 6 months. Take note of this. It is okay lang if you use insurance rent expense or you will use asset method, okay lang. But for me, mas maganda if it is an asset method which is prepaid rent. So you debit prepaid rent. Prepaid rent of 24,000 and since cash here, so credit cash of 24,000. Okay? So far ba tama kayo? Alright. Hopefully, tama kayo ha?
Yes,
Yes,
so
sir.
far, sir.
Yan. Wow, very good. So you have here prepaid rent. So you have here 24,000, and you have also here 24,000. Sorry. All right. Next, number 4 is all about purchase equipment. And the cost is 50,000, scrap value of 10, and estimated useful life of 5 years. So what happened to the scrap value? It is to be eliminated, but in terms of expense, it is used, no? But only historical cost of 50,000. So you debit here office equipment, and the cost of this is at 50,000, and you credit here what? Cash, right? Of 50,000. All right. So you have here office equipment. All right. So you have here office equipment. So you have here office equipment, and the cost here is at 50,000. All right. Walang sinabi, no? Purchase. So we assume na it is paid on cash. All right. Ano bang ginawa niya? Payable or walang sinabi, purchase. So meaning it is part of your cash. All right. All right. Next. Next is number 5. Sorry, it's a number, ano ha? Ito ha, should be number 9 to, ano? So, very good na, you ask question. Number 5, paid advertising for 12 months at 18,000. Since we will use asset method, so basically, we will use prepaid advertising. Alright. So, we will use prepaid advertising. How much? This 18,000. Alright. What is the credit? So cash. Why cash? Because you paid in advertising. All right. So since it is cash, so it is also part of the prepaid advertising. So you have here prepaid advertising, which is 18,000. All right. And pay purchase. So sorry, uh, tama, paid or purchase. So you have here 18,000. All right. So far so good, ah. Can I copy it here kasi parang kukulangan yung cash. Hmm, ayaw. Baba ko na lang ito. Alright, next. Kasi di kakasya yung cash, no? Alright, where are we? We are now in number 6. Alright, purchase 5,000 worth of supplies on account. So, it is now number 6. So, meaning you debit here, supplies, right? So, the supplies here, basically, the cost here is at 5,000. Alright, meaning on account. What is the credit here?
AP.
Very good. Accounts payable. All right. So you have here accounts payable, and the cost here is at 5,000. Very good. So here, wala pa yung supplies. So we will put here supplies. The supplies here is at 5,000. And you have also accounts payable of 5,000. So you have here accounts payable. And the cost of accounts payable, ilan yan? Sana ba tayo? Number 6, no? Which is
5,000.
5,000. All right. All right. Number 7. Number 7 is all about you receive 60,000 cash in advance for services to be provided over 12 months. So meaning you receive cash, right? Worth 60,000. Okay. So you put here 60,000. All right. Next, what would be your credit? Meaning you receive cash in advance and it is to be provided over 12 months.
Unearned revenue, sir.
Very good. Unearned revenue. And unearned revenue is basically part of your what?
Liabilities.
Liability. Very good. Very good, Aaron. So you have here 60,000. So you have here cash of 60,000 here. Okay na. And your unearned revenue. Control C, Control V. You have unearned revenue of 60,000. All right. Very good. All right. Number 8. So number 8 is the entry for number 8 is you paid accounts payable 2,000. So the entry here, if you paid accounts payable, of course, it is the credit here is accounts payable, right? And accounts payable here, the cost is 2,000, right? Okay. How about your credit? Your credit is cash of 2,000. All right. So here you have accounts payable. Of course, your cash here is 2,000. So you have here 2,000 and accounts payable also of 2,000 here. And all right. Number 9. Number 9 is basically your build the customer. Sorry, it should be number 9 here, no? It is related to number. Kamali yung libro, no? Okay, very good kasi nag-isip kayo. I think madaming nag-question sa akin. Uh, they have question about number 12 because it relates to number 6 which is payable. No, it should be number 9 in number 12. All right, number 9, build customers amounting to 45,000. So meaning you have accounts receivable and the cost of account receivable is 45,000. All right. How about your credit? Your revenue na lang. Okay. So you have revenue of 45,000. All right. So here you have account receivable. Ano ba account receivable? Wala pa. So you have here accounts receivable. Receivable. And the cost of it is at 45,000. And also, you have your revenue. And the revenue is how much? 45,000. So far, so good? Yuki, so far, so good. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Second. Number 10. Number 10 is, all right. Number 10 is accepted a new contract worth 40,000 and 60,000 on account. Okay? Accepted a new contract and finish on time. The keyword here is you accepted the contract and you finish it on time. You receive 40,000 cash and the amount and the remain sorry and the 60 is on account. So meaning the word here is finish on time. So meaning it is now part of your revenue. Diba? Cash here is of course 40,000. Then you have also here accounts receivable, which is at 60,000. How much is your credit? You have revenue, right? So the revenue here is at 100,000. And so you have here cash of 40, all right? And you have also revenue of 40. All right. So far tama kayo. So far you are correct, no? Tama ba? All right. Number 11. Paid 15th day salaries of 15,000. So meaning it is part of your salary expense. All right. Salary expense, how much? The salary expense is worth 15,000 and you credit here cash of 15,000. Paid, paid. All right. So here you put here 15,000 and also salary expense. So you have here salary expense. How much? 15,000. Alright, take note of number again, number 12. Okay, hindi siya related sa number, no? It should be related to number 9. Collected 1/3 of transaction for number 9. So meaning 45,000 divided by 3. How much that? Kasi 1/3, di ba? How much? Di ba 15,000? Alright. What is the entry? Debit? Cash? Correct? How much? 15,000. Alright. And credit also, sorry. Accounts receivable of 15,000. Alright, so far, okay ha? So far, so good, no? So you have here 15,000 and also here 15,000. Alright, number 11. Number 13. Paid business tax worth 4,000. So, same lang yung kanina, pero okay, we can use business tax. Business tax or, yan, business tax, kasi kanina is business licenses. Okay? Business tax worth 4,000 and you credit here cash because you paid cash, right? Of 4,000. So, business tax, you have here 4,000. Business tax worth 4,000 and cash also of 4,000. Alright, next. Withdrew cash of 30,000. Alright, number 14. You withdrew cash of 30,000. What is the entry? Elaine.
Drawings.
Okay, draw. Very good. Edsel, drawings. Very good.
Drawings.
And the cost here is 30,000. And
50,000.
and you have cash of 30,000. Very good, ah.
30,000.
Alright. So, Edsel drawing, 30,000. Sabat na lang. So, you have here, Edsel drawing of 30,000. And, of course, cash of 30,000 here. Alright, so we are done with posting and your ledger. Later, we will discuss this. Okay, later na to, ha? What you will do is to get the balance of it. Alright. 75 plus 60 plus 40 plus 15 minus 8 minus 24 minus here. So, tama ba? You have 39,000. Alright, office equipment, the cost here is at 50,000. Prepaid advertising, the cost here is at 18,000. Then prepaid rent, and the cost here is at 5,000. Supplies pala yan, sorry. Okay, next is prepaid rent of 24,000. And your ER, how much? 40 less 15, and you have here 30,000. Alright. Next is Edsel Capital of 75. Business licenses, or sabi ni Elaine, ginawa niya lang ay licenses, okay lang. Accounts payable is 5,000 less 2,000. So you have here 3,000. Unearned revenue is 6,000. Part of your liability, diba? And revenue, how much? 45 plus 40, you have 85. And the last, sorry, may dalawa pa. 15,000. And you have also business tax of 40. And the last is Excel drawing. Sorry. Alright, wala na ba? Wala na. Hopefully, you are correct, ha?
Sir,
Okay, Arvic,
sir, pwedeng patingin ulit po nung entry number 10.
number 10.
Okay, yun lang, sir.
Alright, sige. Tama ba kayo, number 10? Kasi because of the word finish on time, so meaning it is now part of your payroll, part of your revenue. Alright. Next is question, Arvic.
Sorry, sir. Dun sa number 10, parang may accounts receivable which is not nandun sa T.
Nasa ledger.
May mali ba ako? Accounts receivable. Alright. Thank you, thank you. Tama na? Saan yung 15? Patay tayo mamaya. Hindi tayo mag... Tama ba? Ayan, tama, tama. Thank you, Arvic, ah. Alright. Mamaya, hindi tayo magsasarado. Alright. Alright. Okay na? 90,000 na? Alright. Wala bang nakaligtaan? Kasi baka later when we close it, malamang may mali. Alright. Next is you will do trial balance, right? So let's say trial balance na lang to. I will not put the entire. Okay. Let's say trial balance to. Or unadjusted TB. Alright. So you have here debit and you have here credit. Alright. Ano yung una? You have your cash, right? Followed by, how much is cash? Cash is 39,000. So we can have this 39,000. So 39 here is to be crossed out para later. Okay? Malamang next is your account receivable. Account receivable, how much? Your AR is, I think, 90,000. Alright, so we are done with 90,000. I will put yellow. Sana. Yun. Okay, next. So you have cash, you have AR, so office equipment, prepaid rent, supplies. You can use supplies. Alright, the supplies is 5,000. So you have here supplies. Alright, 5,000. So we'll put supplies here, 5,000. Alright, next is all the prepaid, diba? So you have prepaid advertising, prepaid rent muna. So you have here prepaid rent, prepaid advertising, prepaid advertising, advertising. Mali spelling. Alright, how much is the prepaid rent? The prepaid rent is at 24,000 and prepaid advertising, the cost is 18,000. All right. So prepaid advertising and the prepaid rent. Surprise ba? Tapos na? Okay, tapos na. So last is your office equipment. So how much is the office equipment? Office equipment is at 50,000. So that's your total assets. All right. Next is, 'di ba, anong susunod? You have your cash, 'di ba? Sorry, you have your liquidity section followed by your cash, AR, supplies, because it is basically based on your liquidity. What else? You have also your accounts payable or payable. So you have here accounts payable. How much? So it should be credit, ha? All right. So ano pa? Accounts payable. How much? 3,000. Sabihan niyo kapag may mali kasi baka may mali akong na-input. And you have also an earned revenue. Ay, sorry. An earned revenue. How much? You have here 60,000. Sorry, mali. Unearned revenue. Alright. Wala na ba? I think wala na. Ito ay lahat na expense na. Alright. Again, anong una? Asset, followed by liability. Next is all about your capital or drawing. You can use ano muna, capital. Alright. So you have here Edsel, capital. So how much is Edsel capital? Edsel capital. Taas yan. Yan. So you have here 75,000. What else? Your Edsel drawing. Capital to ha. Walang A. And you have also capital drawing. So how much is the drawing? 30,000. So you have here 30,000 Excel drawing. So far, tama ba kayo? Kinompare nyo? So far, tama? Ashley?
Yes, sir. Tama naman po.
Yun, perfect ka pala. Alright, next. Next is revenue. So you have here revenue. How much? Yun. So you have here 85,000. I put yellow. Yeah. Next is, tas muna tayo. Business licenses. So in terms of expenses, bahala kayo kung ano pa kasunod-sunod as long as very important is asset muna, payable, then revenue, then drawing. Sorry, asset muna, liability, then owner's equity, then revenue, and your expenses. Business licenses. Business licenses. All right, so how much? 8,000. Next is salary expense. Wala. Ayun, gets ko na. Bakit? Parang kulang yung salary. So you have here salary expense of 15,000. All right. And also you have business tax. How much? $4,000. Wala na ba? I think wala na. Then, all right. So fully balanced to ha. All right. You have here total. So 283,000. Tamba? Oh, may mali.
Hi, sir.
Yes. May
Sir,
kulang pa ba?
parang yung service revenue, ay yung revenue.
Revenue.
Di po ba dapat 145K yung
From item
revenue?
number 10 din po.
Yung number 10.
Okay.
Alright. Ito yung kanina, 'di ba? Nakalimutan natin ilagay yung AR din. Alright. Thank you. So it should be additional 100. Can I add this? Okay, sige. Yun na lang i-add. Ba't ko ito nakalimutan, no? Alright. Let's say you have here 100,000. Yan. So you have here 185. Hala, at sobra pa.
Ano po, combined na po yung 60K tsaka 40K dun sa 100K po ata.
Alright, so wala ito 40. Alright. Ang nailista ko is 40. No.
Yes.
Alright, sige, thank you. Gets kasi yung 40 na ilagay ko. Alright, akala ko eh. Alright, sige. So, correct na? The answer here is 285. Alright, so you have here 283,000. Alright, so far so good. Alright, next. Next is in terms of number 15 is your adjustment. So we can put here adjustment. Adjustment. And also you have here debit and credit. Ayan. Dito ba kayo nagkamali sa number 15? Alright, so number 15, sa baba na lang. Number 15 is your what do you call that? Your adjusting. Alright, letter A, supplies on hand amounting to 3,000. Magkano ba ang ating supplies? The supplies is worth 5,000. If you have on hand of 3,000, what would be your expense? The answer is 2,000. That's why your supplies expense is how much? Your supplies expense is how much? 2,000. All right. And you have also here supplies of 2,000. All right. So in your dito sa ating adjustment, so you have here, so walang supplies expense na, wala pa. So we will put it here. Supplies expense. So our supplies expense is 2,000 here. And also supplies is also 2,000. Yan. All right. Next. Letter boy. Accrued 15-year salaries. So what if there's an accrual for number 15? Letter boy pala. So meaning, debit, salary, expense, how much? 15,000. Diba? Kasi this is number 11 is related to number letter boy. So the cost here is at 15,000. How about since it is accrued, so it is part of your salary payable. Again, in your company, pag yung salaries payable ay dumadami, better to resign, no, in your company kasi soon it will go bankrupt. Okay? So you have here salary expense, ito yan. Okay? The salary expense is you add still 15,000. And you have also here salary payable of 15,000. All right, next. Next is letter C. All right. Letter C is basically 1 month rent expense. So we have first the prepaid. How much is our prepaid rent? Prepaid rent is 24,000. Kaya lang only for 1 month. So the prepaid rent is you have 24,000. Correct? O, ilang taon yung 24,000? Ito na lang. Alright. The 24,000 for number 3 is to be paid in 6 months. Alright. So, ano ginawa niya? So, meaning, 24,000 divided by 6, yun na. You have 4,000. Eh, 1 month lang naman yung ano, di ba? Only for 1 month rent expense. What is the entry? Rent expense. How much? 4,000. Tama ba kayo sa 4,000?
Yes,
Hi.
sir.
Alright. And you have also here prepaid rent. Alright. So you put here rent expense. Do you have rent expense here? I think no. So you have here rent expense of 4,000. Alright. How about prepaid? Yes, there's a prepaid here of, so meaning we will minus it from the prepaid. Sorry, mali. It should be here. All right. Next. Wait, saan to galing? Salary expense. Yun, sabi, pero may mali. So you have here 15,000. All right. Next is letter dog. Prepaid rent. All right. Okay, wala na. Next is your depreciation expense. So you have here depreciation expense. Take note that it should be for 1 month only. Okay? Depreciation. Depreciation. Alright. Depreciation expense. How much is your, number 4, di ba? Related. So, makano yan? You have 50,000. Alright? What else? Minus. So, ito na yung relevant, no? In terms of your salvage value. 10,000. Alright. Then, you divide it by 5 years. Ito yung yearly. Alright. But, the question is only for 1 month. Alright. Alright. This is for number 4. Kaya lang, it is for, this is only for yearly. So, ano ginawa niya? You multiply it by 1/12. Correct? Baka yung iba, hindi niya multiply by 1/12. Correct? Why? Because it is for 1 month depreciation. So, how much is this? 50,000 minus 10,000. Okay? Alright. Then, you divide it by 5. No? Alright. And you multiply it by 1/12. Tama ba kayo? 667. Or we can have 667 na lang. Alright. Or 666.6. Okay? So, the answer here is 667. Alright. O, 66. Ano ba ginawa niya? Ha? Alright.
Decimal places, sir.
Pwede naman. Okay lang. So, but I will use 667 para for the purpose of this. Okay lang. You can use 666.70. Okay. But for this now, I will use 667. Alright. So, you have here depreciation expense. So, this is, sorry, debit. Ito yan. 667. And you have also here accumulated depreciation. All right. So here, sorry again, if you use 66, okay lang, 66.70. So you put here depreciation expense. Depreciation expense of 667. And you have also here accumulated depreciation of 667. All right. Next, last is all about advertising expense. All right. How much is the advertising here? 12 months. So just divide 1 over 12 by 18,000. So ilan yan? So in terms of prepaid, advertising is equals to 18,000 divided by 12. Diba? 12 months na ba? 12 months ba? Yan. O, yun lang. So, magkano yan? So, 18,000 divided by 12. So, 1.5. Correct? Just the entry. Advertising expense. How much? 1,500. Okay? And you credit here what? Prepaid advertising of 1,500. Alright, ganun lang. Okay? So, you have here 1,000. Okay na ba to? Sige, yan ako na to ha kasi we are done with this. Alright. So, 1,500 and 1,500. So, prepaid advertising. Saan yan? Prepaid advertising. Ito, di ba? So, babawasan natin siya ng 1,500 and also here, advertising expense. How much? 1,500. Alright, so hopefully tama, no? In terms of our total. So far, so good? No question? None. Alright. Sana tama to. Yun. So it is correct. Alright, next. Next is all about adjusted trial balance. So you have here adjusted trial balance. Alright, so paano yan? O, yung ano lang, ating control here. So you have here 39,000, ano lang. Then 90. Then supplies. So meaning 5,000 less 2,000. Alright. Prepaid advertising 24 less 4. Next, prepaid advertising 18 less 1.5. Then office equipment is 50. Then accounts payable of 3. Then an earned revenue of 60. Excel drawing of 75. All right. Next, Excel drawing of 30. Followed by your revenue of 145. Okay. Then, copy na lang ito ha. Yan. Ito parehas debit ha. So, add. And you have also 4,000. Alright. Sa baba. So, just add supplies expense. Then, payable. So far, nakakasunod ha. 4,000. Arvic, no question. Ashley?
No questions, sir.
Alright. Ilang oras ito ginawa? Buong araw ba? And you have 1.5.
Yes.
Alright. No worries. Alright. Sana parehas. Yun. So, 298,667. Next is your, what? It is now your income statement. And also your balance sheet. Balance sheet. Alright. Meaning here, to classify if it is an income statement or a balance sheet account, take note, no? You should be here now, no? Not the unadjusted. Alright. Balance sheet, malamang it is part of your, or cash is part of your cash. So, just read na lang ito. Just copy. Para mas mabilis. Kasi lahat naman yan ay part of cash. Alright. Next, also your accounts payable. Alright. So, accounts payable, dito yon. Yan. How about drawing? Yes, drawing is also part of. Yan. Next, you have now revenue. And also your expenses. Alright, next supplies. Next payable. Tama. Payable is here, right? Then rent expense is here. And depreciation expense is here. Then accumulated depreciation is part of your asset, ha? Huwag mo nito. Pero contra asset. Okay? And also your advertising expense. Sana ba yan? So this is advertising. Here. Sorry, mali. So it should be credit. Debit. Alright. So hopefully tama. Baka hindi balance. So 50. Malamang hindi siya balance pala. So I will not put it here. Tama ba kayo? Tingnan natin. Baka ako yung may mali. So ano yung difference nila? Alright. So I will put it here. 145 less 50. So you have 94. Dapat yun yung difference nila. Okay. Yun. So again, what is 94,833? That's your net income. All right. Any question about this? Tama ba kayo? Hi. Are you correct in terms of this number? No.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Sana yun? Yan. All right. So, yun. All right. So if you have this, no, di pa pala tapos. So I can give you 100 for this, as long as you do the right thing. All right. Next is we will do income statement. So I will put. Sorry, ano ba to? Edsel ba? Anong company nila? The name of the company. Start training. All right. So meaning you have here. So don't worry, yung iba sa inyo, I think gumawa ng cash flow, okay lang. Advanced na, no? Okay lang. Basta for me, worksheet, sorry, posting, journal, then this entire worksheet, then income statement, balance sheet, and statement of equity. Yun lang. Okay? And then I will give you na lang extra points, no? If ever. Pero kung 100 na, wag na. Na? So this is for December 20, say 2020. And this is for, sorry, sa baba pala dapat to. So this is gonna be statement, or so I just put na lang income statement. Same lang yan. Income statement. Alright, so ano yan? So you have here revenue. Alright, so you have here revenue. How much is the revenue? The revenue here is 145 less all your expenses. What are the expenses here again? So I'll just copy it here. Ito lang yun, di ba? Yan. Copy ko lang na lang ha. For the purpose of less expenses here. Alright, what else? So I will copy it na lang. Alright, sorry. Alright, next. Supplies expense. I just copy it here. What else? You have how much? 2,000. Tama ba? Yes, you have 2,000. What else? Sorry. Supplies, you have also here rent and depreciation expense. All right, 467. What else? And you have also advertising expense. So how much is the advertising expense? 1.5. Alright, so hopefully tama to. So sum of this. And so you have here net income. Hopefully same in your worksheet, ah. Same ba? Yon. 94,833. Very good. Alright. Next is all about statement of changes in equity. Alright, so I'll just copy it here again. Alright, so statement of changes in equity. Statement of equity na lang, or changes in equity. Alright, so how much is gonna be your beginning capital? Beginning Edsel capital. Ito ba yun, di ba? 60,000. Hindi. Edsel capital. Yan, 75,000. What else? you add your net income. All right. Yan. Next, you add your net income. So, how much is your net income? Diba ito yan? Yan. So, you put it here. 94. 83. Ito na lang. So, total. Sum. Alright. What else? Less your Excel drawing. Diba? So, Excel drawing, how much? I think 30,000. Hi? Diba ito yan? Yan. So, magkano na ang ating ending Excel capital? So, just minus 169 minus 30,000. So, the answer is 139,333. All right. Next, the last. No? So far, perfect pa? Arvic, Ashley? I think, yan. Parang perfect pa kayo, no? All right. So, you have here balance sheet. And you have here asset. What are the asset? So I just copy it here. Yan. Sa baba na lang. At na lang. Alright. And then I'll just copy here. Yan. Alright, what else? Di ba nasa baba yung iba? Ito. So you have accumulated depreciation. Nasa baba dapat siya ng office equipment, right? Accumulated depreciation amounting to 667. So it should be minus. Alright. Should be minus. Why minus? Kasi it is a contra asset in terms of the office equipment. Okay, para you have custom. Parang negative sign. Or anyway, basta negative to ha. It is negative. Alright. So what else? Wala na. This is your asset. So total asset. How much? Off ako ng 2,000s. Okay. No worries. Off ka ng 2,000. Alright. Yan yung nawawala. Anyway. Sum. Alright. So you have here. So hopefully ito yung asset natin na later. Should be equal. Yan. Next. Your liabilities and your owner's equity. Alright. So how much is the liability? So, di ba ito yan? Accounts payable and unearned. And so how much is that? To. Alright. And I think you have also sa baba, no? The payable one. Salaries payable. Which is how much? 15,000 lang. Yes, 15,000. And so how much would be your liability? And 78. Next, how about your owner's equity? So this is gonna be Edsel capital. So how much? Diba ito na yun sa baba? It should be, alright na lang. Sana equal. 139,333. Alright. And then total liabilities and owner's equity. Tama ba? Yun. So you have 217,833. So if you have this, you have 100 points. All right. Any questions so far? So this is the entire. So I will save this. Para at least I will send it to you. All right. ACC520M answer to the midterm. Naghang. Midterm exam answer. All right. Question so far. So far question, nakuha nyo ba? Or tama ba? Yuki, do you have question?
Kailan po, sir? No question.
No question. Gujun Lee, no question. All right. So hopefully you hopefully tama, no? Hopefully you have the right answer to your midterm exam. All right, if none, I know it is already late, no, 5:20. So see you on next week, okay? Or next week, no? And we will discuss financial statement analysis. So that would be your finals. Don't worry, final exam is just you will have to analyze in terms of the FS. So we are done in terms of this, no? You know how to prepare income statement, balance sheet, and statement of equity. All right. What you will do now after this is you analyze this. No? You analyze the FS. Right? So I think since you know how to prepare on it, it is very easy for you to analyze and interpret. All right. If none, so thank you for this day and see you. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you
Thank you,
po.
Alright,
sir.
Thank you,
sige,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
sir.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
Ingat
night
po.
po.
Alright,
Thank you,
alright.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, sige.